Welcome to Mean on Mondays, episode number 12. I'm Joe.
I'm Christina.
And we are As One Creative. And today, you really want this. But could you be trying too hard? Let's unpack that.
Yeah. So by trying too hard, we don't mean that putting work and putting time in, investing in something isn't a good thing. It's a great thing. We're talking about the trying too hard that is over the top, where you're trying to be someone else. You're throwing things away. You're going at it almost in an intrusive way where it's like, look at me, look at me, look at me, and you're screaming that.
There's a like the forced faces, or there's a forced energy about it. And the problem is when it's a forced energy and there's a lot of pushing that's going on, it tends to push people right out of the way, right away from you. And that can be a judging panel. It can be a group of people that you're auditioning for. It can be in a conversation.
It can be a group of friends, and you're just trying to be heard, and you just go, and they're just
so it can take you in the opposite direction. Often we're not aware of that too, because often trying too hard comes from a place of not being confident that you are enough and that you have enough to say and to offer just where you are. So often comes from a place of feeling the need to be something else, feeling the need to push what you have for fear of it not just being seen if you just go about it in a more quiet, confident way. The cool part is there are some signs and some symptoms of trying too hard. The not so cool part is you might not necessarily always get this as feedback, although you may, but sometimes it's about doing the uncomfortable, honest work of checking in with yourself about some of these.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah,
no, I was going to say the first of those would be OTT. I used to say this to my classes.
You down with OTT? Let's hope not.
Yeah. Let's hope not. OTT, over the top. Often, what we're talking about here is a face thing. Are you pulling faces, or is what's going on in your face? Is what's reading about your face naturally a natural animation of what you're doing and what you're feeling?
Right. Then there's that frantic energy you can have where you're cranking it out, and you're doing it so hard that you're almost missing the line. You're throwing everything away. And if you could just channel that energy and try to focus on the line, try to focus on the feeling or the intention that your choreographer or teacher has given you, it'll make it so much more clear, and it'll make it so much more enjoyable to watch you not be in a panic when you're doing it.
And so much more impactful. It's
yes,
just like when somebody's speaking too quickly and it's all you can do to just process what's going on. You're not really going to hear anything that they're saying anyway.
Yeah.
Another one is when you're trying to get attention, or you're checking to see if you have approval. And basically what that looks like is while you're dancing, rubbernecking to see who's watching you. And so the invitation with that is, can you just engage with the work being given by the choreographer or the teacher, whoever it is? Can you just engage with what's being given, invest in it without checking to see who's paying attention to you while you do that?
Right. And I find another one that I see a lot, especially when we're asking someone to audition, is the repetition. So you go to what you think that you do best, and instead of giving yourself a chance to do something different, you repeat that same steps. Like I'm really great at a quadruple pirouette to a side aerial. So every time I give you a chance to do something of your own, you go to that, or you try to possibly repeat what someone else is doing, or copy what someone else is doing, and I see that happen a lot too. But it's not naturally you.
No. And I think the thing is with repeating is maybe it's something that someone told you once that you were really good at. Mm-hmm. So it's something that you've become really confident and attached to as your strongest suit, as your thing to do. But when you say that over and over and over and over again, it's like if I say the word.
What?
Mine. We sound like the.
Are we there yet?
That movie?
Are we there yet?
Finding Nemo. Honestly, after a while, you know that repels somebody in conversation, but dance is the same. So it's about choosing to know what your strengths are and using those when appropriate, but then there's so much more to you than just those one or two things that you may have become overly attached to. And the copycatting thing, for sure. Yeah. Taking what someone else is doing just because you think that's working for them, not because it's actually what's coming up for you, looks like that. It reads that way. It doesn't ring true.
So the really cool part about this is being able to recognize those signs and symptoms
is step number one.
is step number one. So it doesn't ever bring the authentic you to the table. I know I've definitely participated in doing some of these things, and I probably still do. But when I stop and realize that's not me, that's not who I really am, I can do those things and bring the authentic me to it. in any dance piece, in any choreography, in any conversation, but I don't have to try and be. I am enough just as I am, and you are enough just as you are. So try to remember just that.
Absolutely, that no one is you, and that is your power, as the quote goes. And the thing is, it's really magnetic. When someone is standing there and being confident, and we're not saying that that doesn't take some work, so that's the stuff to work at. That's the stuff to put the effort into and to invest in, is finding confidence with what you're doing and who you are and what you have to say. And it draws people in, and you shine brighter than you ever could when you are trying to get somebody else's attention. And I think that's key. Keep the strength, lose the tension.
Keep the strength, lose the tension. I like that. Okay. You guys have a good day.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.